So more experiential marketing and staffing agencies are looking for EXPs to assist with the transport of assets from event to event. However, one of the requirements is that you have a DOT medical card. In some cases, not all, but in many cases, that DOT medical card is the basis. And as an EXP, you may be wondering, okay, what is a DOT medical card? Why do I need this? And how do I go about, obtaining this as a EXP? Well, it's Jay, your experiential marketing coach, and I'm going to break it all down for you and provide you with some tips and some information that you can use to go ahead and obtain your DOT medical card today. So let me go ahead and jump right into it. If you are an EXP looking to obtain consistent opportunities or even move into the tour sector of the experiential marketing industry, obtaining your CDL-B or just go ahead and getting your CDL-A license like I have is definitely not considered, but it's definitely encouraged. That's the word I'm looking for. However, if you're not there yet and you're not sure, taking the initial step in getting your DOT medical card is something that I highly recommend and something that may be required by the agency in which you are working with on a consistent basis. So what is a DOT medical card? Required by the Department of Transportation, a DOT medical card is one in which you as an individual will have to inquire to ensure that you are able to safely maneuver and transport any large vehicles, from state to state. So in order to obtain a DOT medical card, and I'll show you guys mine in a minute, you have to go through a DOT physical. A DOT physical is one, and I got my little cheat sheet here, which must be done by a licensed physical medical examiner, and they must also be listed on the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration Registry, the FMCSA. Some of the things that you have to go through, because I've done it numerous times, when you get your DOT physical, you have to check your blood pressure, your vision, your reflexes, your senses, as well as medical history to ensure you are able to safely operate a large motor vehicle. I break all of this down and what you can expect when completing your DOT physical. And just to give you guys a heads up of how it goes, usually you go to a DOT authorized medical facility, Concentra, or make sure you download my free checklist. I provide you with a few others, and you go ahead and you set an appointment to obtain your DOT physical. Oftentimes you could just walk into a facility, and if they're not busy, they'll be able to see you right away. But if it's a busy facility or one in which they don't have other DOT approved medical facilities within a certain mile radius, then you may have to wait a while because everybody's there trying to get their DOT physical. If you are a CDLA licensed driver, then having a DOT physical is required. It's also required for CDLA B license holders as well. So when you go to one of these medical facilities, there may be truck drivers or other licensed CDLA licensed drivers there to get their physical. Usually done on an annual or semi-annual basis. You have to go in, schedule your appointment if you can prior. If not, you'll walk in and go through the physical. The medical examiner will ask you a couple questions about your medical history. You may be required to provide a urine sample to check to make sure you're not on any illegal drugs. And you will have to go through a vision test, a hearing test, and they also require you to stick your head in this little device which checks your reflexes as well. So as you know, if you're going to be operating any type of vehicles, transporting assets, you have to have great reflexes. If you're going to be driving at night and during the day, your vision is important, and just your blood pressure and making sure that you are maintaining a adequate amount of physical abilities in your health is key. So DOT physicals can range from anywhere from $55 to $100 depending on the state and the medical facility in which you have the test conducted at. It's also important to note, as an individual looking to get a DOT physical, if any red flags come up, let's say your blood pressure is high and elevated at the time of your DOT physical, then you may be required to come back in 3 months to a year to retest and certify and obtain your DOT medical card for that time. If everything checks out A-okay, then your DOT medical card is usually good for 2 years, and you'll renew it, at that time. So if you're an EXP looking to obtain your CDLA license, and you're going to be CDLA or B, and you're going to be going through a approved school to assist you with doing so, then this DOT medical card is often covered in the cost of the actual school and going through the program. However, if you're not looking to get your CDLA license at this point in time, then going through and getting your medical card is highly encouraged, and it may also be required by the Experiential Marketing or Staffing Agency in order to drive any of their vehicles and for insurance purposes. It may be worth it as an EXP to ask the agency, hey, if I go ahead and get my DOT medical card, can I be reimbursed, or will you guys reimburse me for it? And chances are they will go ahead and go through the process of reimbursing you for it, because you will be operating their agency approved vehicles at the time. So take the necessary precautions. Go ahead and get your DOT physical. Even if you are not sure about getting your CDLA license, as I stated before, doing this is a great first step in the right direction, because you'll be ahead of the game and you'll have that, as something that you can add to your resume. I also want to encourage you as a EXP to take the time to make sure that your health is in order. Your health is your wealth. And to always, take care of your body and address any medical conditions or ailments prior to getting your DOT physical, because it could red flag you. And if the agency is requiring you to get this in a timely manner and you have medical issues pending, it could be the difference between you being afforded an opportunity or not. So making sure you keep your DOT physical medical card valid. And let me go ahead and grab mine for you guys. So as you guys can see, here is my DOT medical card. They used to give it to you as an actual card, but now it's a paper. They just print it out now. I don't know why they start doing this, maybe to save. But it's just a paper, and it certifies that you are that you are medically cleared to operate any vehicles, any large vehicles or DOT certified vehicles. As a CDLA license holder, this is something that I have to keep with me and carry in my wallet, just in case I am pulled over by DOT and they ask for proof of my medical card, because there's no registry yet or no app where they can just pull up this information. So you always have to keep your DOT medical card or proof that you have a valid DOT medical card on you. I just keep it on me at all times, but definitely when you're operating any tour-related vehicles, you have to have this. If you have any questions about the process as far as obtaining your DOT card, I highly encourage you to go to fmcsa.dot.gov. That is the website where you can find out additional information. If you were not able to catch that, don't worry. I have a free list of the steps that you need to take to obtain your DOT medical card. I also provide you with some locations nationwide that you can go to go ahead and obtain your DOT medical card. If you are, still trying to figure out and don't know where to start or where to begin, I got you covered. So go ahead, download my free checklist, subscribe to my channel for more insight and more resources. And if you already have your DOT medical card, just chime in the comments and let us know, how was the process for you? Did it take a long time? What do you recommend? What are some practices that you've been able to implement over the years to make sure that you are able to maintain your DOT medical card and or make sure that you are physically fit and medically clear. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed this information, give me a thumbs up in the comments. And as always, you are a brand within a brand, so represent yourself accordingly. Later.